Hey guys, it's Sarah. Thank you so much for watching. So today I am going to be sharing my current favorites with you, and this video is going to be kind of all over the place because I do have several makeup favorites like usual, but I also have some fashion favorites, just some kind of random favorites that I've been loving, some YouTube channels I wanted to shout out, so lots of favorites to share. I also think that a lot of these things could double as holiday gift ideas, so you're getting kind of a two-in-one video here. Just getting to hear my favorites, but then maybe also some inspiration for gifts to get people for the holidays or even just for yourself. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the makeup favorites. Some of these are new to me and some of them are more rediscovered. I do have 3 e.l.f. products that are favorites this month, which isn't super surprising because e.l.f. is just one of my favorite brands. The first one is the new Classics palette. I think I bought this in September or October, and I really started playing around with it more this month, and I just love this kind of muted neutral color story. I love that you get a mix of like rosy tones, more neutral tones, some cool tones. It's just a great mix of colors, especially if you're just now starting to build a makeup collection and you don't have a lot of palettes already. I feel like this would be a great staple palette to have. It's a great everyday palette for work. You can also go deep and glam with this palette, so I just think it's a really well-rounded palette, even though some people may consider it boring because it's just a neutral palette. I think it's a great neutral palette. It's very well balanced. The shadows are amazing quality, blendable, very smooth, and if you're not wanting to spend a lot of money on like an Anastasia palette or an Urban Decay palette, I think this is a great place to start. Or if you already have a big collection and you're just wanting a nice neutral palette to add, I don't think you can go wrong. And again, maybe a great gift idea for somebody that you know who's just getting started with makeup, who's into these kinds of colors, who needs like a good like work appropriate eyeshadow palette. I really think that a lot of people would love this palette. And I did use this palette in my Q&A video where I answered your questions about YouTube, and so if you want to see a look using just this palette, you can watch that video. I didn't love the way that look turned out. It was a halo eye, and sometimes I love the way a halo eye looks on me and other times I don't. I think I went a little too deep and dark with the inner and outer corners, but either way you'll still be able to see how the shadows perform, so I'll leave that linked if you want to watch that. Another couple of e.l.f. products, their Prime and Stay Finishing Powder. This is a $2 powder. They may have raised the price to $3, but either way, very inexpensive powder. I have the shade Fair/Light, and it's really like a sheer translucent powder. e.l.f. makes a lot of powders, and I've liked all the powders that I've tried from them. I also really like their HD loose powder in Soft Luminance. That's a little bit more of a luminous powder, whereas this one is more of just a translucent setting powder that doesn't have any kind of finish to it. But I just feel like it gives like a soft, focused kind of finish to your skin. It's not like it's doing anything super revolutionary, but I also just like how lightweight it is, and it doesn't make my skin look cakey like a lot of powders do. So I really think that this is just an all-around great setting powder regardless of your skin type. I have kind of normal to slightly dry skin, but I think you'd even like this if you had oily skin because it does soak up some of the oil, but I don't know, it just gives a nice finish, and it's only like $2. So I really don't even think it's necessary to spend $8, $9, $10 on a face powder when you can just get this one. Earlier this month, or maybe it was last month, I filmed a full face of nothing new video, and I rediscovered this CoverGirl Cheekers blush in Natural Twinkle in that video. Before that video, I didn't even like this blush. I'd had it for like a year, and I'd always just kind of pushed it aside because I'd used it a couple times and just was never that impressed. I felt like it didn't show up very well. I don't know, I just never really gave it much of a chance, I guess. But what I discovered in that video is that if I make a point to pick up a lot of product on my brush, as opposed to what I'm used to, which is just like barely tapping my brush into a blush, because usually I can start to look like a clown very quickly when I apply blush, but this one is pretty sheer, so I do have to be a little bit heavy-handed with it, but when I am, it is the most beautiful, like soft mauve-y berry color that I'm loving, especially for this time of year. I think this is like the perfect color of blush if you're fair-skinned for the fall and winter. If you're wanting to go a little bit cooler with your blush, if you're wanting like more of a berry tone but you can't seem to pull off those deeper berry blushes, I think this is a great option. Now, if you have a deeper skin tone or even like a medium skin tone, I think you might have trouble getting this to show up on you. I know CoverGirl makes a lot of shades of these blushes, so you may just want to go for a deeper shade, but I was so surprised. I'm so glad that I gave this another chance and didn't just like declutter it months ago, because now that I've figured out how to use it, I think it holds a very special place in my collection, and it's the only blush that I have in this kind of a color. So this is what I'm wearing today. I know for sure I'm going to be wearing this a lot throughout this whole season. The only complaint I have is, and I've mentioned this before, but it's just such a thin pan. I wish that they would have just done a larger pan, even if it was a thinner layer of product. It's just hard to get your brush in there, so that's the only complaint I have. But these are like, I think these are like $3 or $4 a piece, so if you haven't tried any of the CoverGirl Cheekers blushes, I feel like they're probably often overlooked because they've been around for what, like 20 years. I remember I had one of these in high school and I panned the whole thing, but it was a different color. It was like a peachy color. Probably not the most exciting seeming product on the market right now, but I'm really enjoying mine. Oh, another e.l.f. product is their Wow Brow Gel. I swore off brow gels for the longest time, but the thing is, I had never really given a tinted brow gel a chance. I think at one point in like early 2018, I tried a Wet n Wild brow gel, but the tint was too dark and the brush was too big for me to be able to like control it very well. So that was my only experience with a tinted brow gel. And before that, I had used the e.l.f. dual-ended lash and brow clear mascara as a brow gel for years, but then eventually I realized it wasn't really doing any favors for me, so I quit using that, and I kind of was just like, I don't need brow gel, you know, my brows, it's not like my brows aren't staying in place or anything. But at one point I decided, you know, maybe I should give one of those tinted brow gels with a small wand a chance. And so I was in Target maybe a month or so ago, and I stumbled across this one. I remembered that one of you guys had actually recommended this one to me, and it's only $4. It has a very small spoolie, and I have the shade Taupe. It does have fibers in it, so I'm guessing it's meant to be similar to, I think the Benefit Gimme Brow has fibers. Am I right about that? And then also the Essence Make Me Brow. So I figured it was probably similar to those. But either way, I think this is great. I don't have much of a frame of reference because it's the only one like this that I've tried, but I do really like it. And some days if I'm just like running out the door to run some errands and I don't feel like putting any makeup on those days sometimes I still like to do mascara and brows, and I'll just put this on even without filling in my brows first, and it definitely just adds a little something. So it's just a really nice, easy product to use, and I'm enjoying it. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about kind of a miscellaneous favorite now. This was sent to me in PR, and it's not a makeup product at all, but I was so in love with the concept of this that I told them, yes, please send it, because well, first of all, I want one, but also it just sounds like such a cool concept. So this brand is called Mapiful, and their whole concept is that you can create your own customized map. I was just so intrigued by the idea, and I really just wanted to see how it turned out. So I chose Seattle for mine, which is, if you didn't know, I've been living in Seattle for the last little over a year, and I'm actually about to be moving back to my home state. So I kind of just wanted to create something to commemorate my time here. So this is the design that I chose. It's like hard to get this in frame, but I chose just the black and white map. You can also choose like your whatever font and design you want for the words at the bottom. And they have tons of different designs to choose from. This is, I think, the smaller poster that I did, but they also have larger ones. They also do star maps. You can put in like the date and maybe even the time. I'm not sure. I didn't make one of those, but those looked really cool. I honestly would have done a star map. I just couldn't think of like a particularly special date that I would want on a star map, but that would be great for like someone's birthday or your wedding night or any like special moment in time that you want to remember. And then for that, they also have tons of different designs to choose from as well. And so obviously I got this for myself. I'm thinking about buying more as gifts for people just because it's such a beautiful idea. I was really curious to see how it turned out, and I'm really happy with the quality. Of course, I'm gonna frame it, but not until I get to my new apartment. And you can decide what words you want here. I chose for it to say the Emerald City, but you could also just do like Washington or, you know, you can literally customize it however you want. So just such a cool concept, and I just thought I would share that because I just truly love the idea. They're not paying me to talk about it. I just thought it was pretty cool. They did give me an affiliate code for 10% off. It's just Sarah Rose 10. I'll leave that all down below if you're interested. But yeah, if you're like struggling to think of a gift idea for somebody, I feel like you really can't go wrong with this. Everybody has like a favorite city, or you could do like your hometown, your favorite city, a city that you visited. If you know someone who's like, especially someone who's into astrology, I think that the star map would be a really, really cool option as well. So just wanted to shout that out. I'm gonna keep it in its little protective cylinder as I am packing up and moving, but I'm really excited to just have something to remember my time here in Seattle. I just think it's really fun. Oh, and another thing about this is they do offer free worldwide shipping. Okay, so some fashion favorites. I recently bought a few pairs of shoes from Target because I was just kind of wanting some new like fall booties, and I also wanted a pair of Mules because those have been really in lately. So I got 3 different new pairs of shoes and I'm loving all of them. They're all like a faux suede material. These are the Mules I got. These are from Universal Thread. I think it's getting a little too chilly out for me to wear these now, but I've been wearing them a lot throughout the fall. It's like a beautiful brick red color, and they're just so cute. I always have to order shoes from Target online because usually my size is not sold in stores. I wear a size 5, but they pretty much always have that online. But I just love these. They're so cute. They're so versatile. I thought about getting just like black or taupe or something, but I decided to go for this like dark red because honestly this color goes with a lot too, and it's just a little bit more fun and exciting than just a plain neutral color. So loving those. I kind of want to get more pairs now. And then I got 2 pairs of booties. These are a little bit more casual. These are from A New Day. Actually, both of these are. And they're kind of just like this brown camel color. I like that they have a little bit of a thick heel in the back because I'm super short, so anything that can give me a little bit of extra height I'm all about. But it's really comfortable and it doesn't feel like you're wearing actual heels. So I've been wearing these probably the most out of all 3 of these pairs just because they go with everything. And yeah, the only thing is they're not the most comfortable shoes in the entire world, so you wouldn't want to wear these like walking around all day or something. But just for everyday wear, I think they're really nice. I think all 3 of these shoes were under $35. And then these are the last pair. These are a little bit more dressy. They have more of a pointed toe than the others, and they're just a black faux suede. These do have a zipper, which is nice. And again, these have a nice thick heel, so they give me a little extra height. And I got a size 5 in all 3 of these, and they all fit really true to size. So big fan of those shoes. Target really is my favorite place to shop for shoes just because they have a lot of on-trend options, but most of them are faux suede or faux leather. You do have to check because some of them aren't, but yeah, I just always have good luck with Target shoes. Not so much Target clothes. I don't know, I feel like I have better luck at TJMaxx usually with clothes. But one Target clothing item that I do love, and I actually mentioned this in my last favorites video, is these Stars Above lounge pants. I have like the light pink and white striped ones, but they have gray ones, black ones, all kinds of different colors and patterns, but I love these. The thing about these is they are just the softest material. I'm still loving them, so that's why I wanted to mention them again, but also because I feel like these would make a great gift. Like, who doesn't love comfy pants? Anyone, I think, would find these useful. I sleep in them almost every single night, and they're just such a soft material. You will not believe how soft these are. And this isn't the only style that they make. They make other sleepwear too, but really just anything from this line I think would be a great idea for a gift. I'm thinking about getting some of these for maybe my sister or some friends, so just wanted to shout those out again. I know I mentioned them last time too, but they're still a favorite. Another favorite I have is something I picked up from TJMaxx somewhat recently. Been using it for over a month now at this point. It's this little organizer and it does spin. I've been using it for my makeup brushes. I don't know if it's meant for makeup brushes. I think I found it in the office section. They had a few different colors, but I really liked this light lavender gray, and it is just the perfect organizer for my brushes. Before this, I was using like repurposed candle jars, and those were fine, but I just felt like I was kind of outgrowing them, and I wanted something a little bit more just organized, I guess, and to have everything all in one place instead of just a bunch of different jars scattered all over my desk. So this has been perfect. I'm really happy I got it. I think it was like 12 bucks. Again, not sure if they still have it, and TJMaxx is, you know, usually kind of weird about which stores carry what, but if you can find it, or really just something like it, I highly recommend it. I like how, you know, I'm able to see all my brushes and I can just turn it really easily. So it's really just made getting ready a lot easier for me, so could potentially make a good gift. And you could also totally use this for like office supplies, pens, pencils, things like that, but just thought it was perfect for brushes and I love it. Another fun little gift idea or just fun thing that I've been loving is these cat tarot cards. I recently got really interested in tarot cards and tarot readings, and I actually have a YouTube channel to mention that's related in a minute. These are literally just cat themed tarot cards. It's a traditional 78 card deck, and it also comes with a little guidebook, but every card is just cat themed and it's so cute. These are upside down, but it's just fun. If you're into tarot, if you collect tarot cards, this is my first deck, or if you know someone who does, I think this would make such a fun little gift. I bought this at a store at Pike Place Market in Seattle, but I was just looking online. You can get it at Barnes & Noble, Amazon. Looks like it's actually cheapest at Barnes & Noble. It's only like $11. Just a fun little gift idea if you know someone who loves cats and tarot, but I'm really excited to learn more about tarot because I just think it's a really cool concept. And speaking of tarot cards, I wanted to shout out a channel that I've been loving. She recently started her channel and it's called Evolve with Emmy. She does bi-weekly tarot readings for each of the zodiac signs, and then she also recently started doing like pick a card readings, which are really cool. I actually know her. We were in the same internship program a few years ago, and so that's how I know her, and I've been following her ever since then. And so she just recently started like a tarot reading business, and then her YouTube channel kind of goes along with it. But if you're into tarot, astrology, anything like that, I really enjoy her videos. She seems very insightful and intuitive and just has a very calming and relaxing presence and voice. So if that sounds interesting to you, I think you'd really like her. But yeah, definitely check her out if you're into that. And then the other channel I wanted to shout out, I think this is the last favorite, last but certainly not least, is a channel that I've been watching for years, but she kind of took a break from posting for a while and she recently started uploading again, and her name is Jacqueline Levine. I think she used to go by Fort Worth Famous, and like that was years ago. And she's always done like project panning content, shop my stash content, but recently she's also been doing some videos around sustainable fashion, slow fashion, that kind of thing. She did like a closet declutter and organization, a thrift haul, and then she of course still does makeup videos as well. She recently did a makeup declutter, makeup basket video. She also recently, this is the video that drew me back into her channel, was called The Cost of Fast Makeup, like fast fashion, but just talking about how the makeup industry is becoming very similar to the fast fashion industry. And she raised so many great points in that video, and it really just made me fall in love with her channel all over again. I also just love her personality. She has a very like no-nonsense attitude, and she kind of just tells it like it is. She seems to be very intelligent, very self-aware, and I just like her. I want to be friends with her in real life. But yeah, and she has a really cute dog too, so that's a bonus. But those are a couple channels I wanted to shout out. I really want to start adding channel favorites into my favorites videos, just because why not share the love and share some new channels to check out. I mean, I thought that both of those channels were ones that are really, you know, doing something a little bit different on this platform, and ones that I thought that you guys might like. I think that is all of my current favorites. Seems like a lot. It felt like a really long video to me, so thank you if you made it this far for sticking around. But I think that is all for this video. If you enjoyed it, definitely make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye!